All right, so you break off with Charlie's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go from there? Like, what happened to your life when that happened, when you broke off? You said you had to deal with the consequences, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We won't go into that. We'll stay off that.
Okay.
Okay. But what did you do from there?
Well,
I got on the Lord here, so we got off track. But that's okay. We're bringing it back to the Lord, by the way.
Yeah.
So where'd you go from there? What'd you do?
So I was a stay-at-home mom at that point. I didn't even have a car. I was borrowing a friend's car. I had to find a job. I had to find a home. So that was a really difficult time in my life where I had to just trust and go day by day.
So let's break into this real quick.
Okay.
Now I realize that. Glad I went back. Because so many women
Mm-hmm.
will settle
Mm-hmm.
because of the kids.
Yeah.
Or the kid, whatever. What you did is you said, nope, I'm not settling.
Mm-hmm.
When you really had no backup plan.
No, I didn't.
You didn't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even have a car. Ladies listening to this podcast, watching, listen to what we're talking about here. Because so many of you are staying in relationships that are not serving, let's just use a nice term, not serving you well. But you're staying there because you don't think you have any other option.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley, take it from there. You stepped out on a freaking limb.
Mm-hmm.
Like how did you even have the guts to do that with like no backup plan? And how did you pull it off?
Yeah, I mean, my brother had just moved here, so thank God I had him, and I had some really solid friend support. But I honestly felt like if I stayed in that relationship, there was going to be a part of me that was just going to die, and that was already dead, and that's not serving my child.
No.
Kids are so smart and sensitive, like staying in an unhealthy relationship especially.
Yes.
And where that becomes the model of a relationship in their future, that's not serving them.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Yes. Yeah. So I really didn't feel like I had a choice, and more so, I had no idea what the future held, but I had an opportunity to leave, and I took it. I felt like I heard from the Lord, like, oh, if you're going to leave, now's your chance. So
And this was probably 2019-ish, right? Before the pandemic?
Yeah, it was.
Right before there.
Yeah.
And so did you move in with your brother?
I stayed with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was like, hey, this isn't sustainable.
Yeah.
You gotta get on your feet and figure this out.
And so when my mom divorced my dad at I was like 2 or 3. He was an alcoholic. She's like, she drew the line. She said, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
We moved into her sister's basement.
Wow.
So paralleled here because it didn't matter because she knew it was the worst thing for me to be around this man.
Yeah, exactly.
So she got me the hell out of there.
Yes.
And so ladies, listen to this. It's the worst thing you can do for your children. You think you're doing them good by staying with this person it's a very toxic, bad relationship. The kids aren't stupid. They feel energy. Energy's in the home. And if it's off and if it's negative, guess what? Your kids, it's not going to fare well over time.
No.
It's the worst thing you can do. Literally.
Yeah.
And so you move in with your bro. He says, all right, we got to move on here. So how did you get back on your feet at that point? Like, how determined were you to get the job, get your own place? Like, how did you pull this off?
I had to take it day by day, honestly. And I have this list of miracles that just continued to happen. Like finances would come little by little, just enough to get me by. I stayed with friends for a little while. Eventually I got approved for an apartment. I had another friend who introduced me to someone who helped me get a job. I sold cars for a little while.
No way.
I knew nothing about cars, but that was the job that I had to take. And my friend was even, I was like, I can't do this. And she's like, you need to do this. Like, you need to take the first job you can get. And then he helped me get a car, and then I got a place, and it was just like, day by day, minute by minute.
Wow. And then so you said that there were times where it was dark and you felt like, but you couldn't do this to Charlie. What years were those that you were like, it was rough time. You were like, you would have wanted to commit suicide, but you said, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing what my dad did.
Yeah. So it was just the first year after his dad and I separated that I was just trying to get back on my feet. And then about a year later, that's when I started dating someone. I was on the dating apps and I started dating someone. And
so let me ask you this.
Okay.
Because you immediately got on a dating app, did you feel at that point that you needed a man to be complete, to move forward, to make it? Like, why did you jump so quick? Mm-hmm. Talk to me about that, because I know that a lot of women do this.
Yeah. So
what was your learning experience there?
Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like I needed a man, no, but I felt like I wanted more kids. And I felt like I was in a good place. Like I had gotten on my feet at that point in a job and was doing decently, like making some progress. And I felt like I was ready. And I mean, obviously I wasn't, but yeah, I just felt like I was ready and I wanted to have kids, more kids.
And then, so then you start dating this guy here from the app.
Yep.
Which app was it? Can we say that?
Hinge, I think.
Was it Hinge? Oh gosh, I was
so.
just talking to this with one of our employees here, Mia. I'm going to shout Mia out. It's Mia's first shout out on Real Deal Talk. I'm like, what's this Hinged? She goes, first of all, there's not a D. It's just Hinge. So she was showing me she was showing me her profile.
So
like,
funny.
she's like my daughter. I'm the exact age of her dad, by the way. It's hilarious.
Gosh.
Anyway, we're not going to go into that. All right, so you're on Hinged. I'm kidding. And then what happened there? At what point did you realize that relationship, how long did you stay with that one?
I think I dated him for like 5 months or something like that. Yeah.
And so you said that you got down on yourself. Like why did that happen, or how did that happen?
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't see the red flags and I got way too attached, and he was in a chaotic situation with his ex, and I just ignored I wasn't able to see the red flags.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So because we're going to, not yet.
Okay.
But red flags are everything. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
You know what's funny is Mia also showed me there's an app now called, oh my gosh, it's called T.
T. I've never heard of that one.
You know your kids call it the T, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like the gossip?
Yeah.
The T.
Mm-hmm.
So there's now an app that says something about tea, and the whole app is guys on this, women who have dated guys that there's red flags. And they'll so you can go on the app and see if the guy that you're looking at dating is on this app.
Oh my gosh. There's a Facebook group like that too.
It's unbelievable. This one guy had like 40 red flags. It was
my
unbelievable. Gosh. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to get off on a tangent here. It's called T. I don't know.
I wonder if there's something like that for women too.
I think it's meant for women also. I just don't think there was really much women. It's mostly guys that are the pigs.
But is there? Oh, okay. Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah. Because guys don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to say, oh, she was this or she. We don't care.
Okay.
Right? We're just pigs. We're animals. Right? There you go. Thank you very much. I'm here all week, folks. Give me a horn. Oh, what the? There it is. Thank you very much. It's my favorite sound in the world. So, yeah, because guys don't care. It's like they're not going to say, oh, she was insensitive. We don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Move on to the next one.
Move on to the next one. All right. So, when you got out of that relationship, where did you go from there? Anything?
So, well, when I got out of that relationship, that's when I realized that I needed to do some deeper healing and look at some stuff.
Because we're gonna flow. I can see where this is flowing now. We're gonna flow right into what you do now and why, like how you got there. Because this is the journey.
Yes.
This is the exact journey how you got to doing what you're doing, which is helping others not make all the mistakes you did.
Yes.
And let's start fresh. So that's when you realize you need to do some deeper healing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now go from there.
Okay. So that relationship started at the end of the previous year, and then it was August when I was really at that really low point.
Yeah.
And where I had realized how bad the codependency was and even relationship addiction. And that's when I was walking that line for that entire year of spirituality and
And
going to
explain
church.
relationship addiction, because this is a thing.
Yes, it is.
I know a lot of women have it.
Yeah, so it's
Sure, guys too.
yeah, it's a preoccupation with the other person. Like you're addicted, you're checking their social media, or you're constantly trying to think of ways, oh, how can I get them to commit to me or respond to me? It's a controlling mentality.
Wow. So it goes deep.
Oh, it's very deep. Yes.
And so people, I don't want to even categorize just women, but people that need to be in a relationship. Like if they're not, they can't even function unless they're in a relationship with somebody. Is that what we're talking about? Like relationship addiction? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and addicted to a certain person. Like you.
Oh, yeah.
You think that you need that person in your life. You don't think that there's anyone else out there for you, and it doesn't matter how they treat you or how unhealthy it is. You feel like you need that person. You're addicted to that person.